Hello once again, these are my green pets. I'm William Green, and yesterday was officially the first day that I watered the majority of my Cycnoches and all of my Clowezias. There's just two plants that have not gotten water yet, and that's my Cycnoches varsovicii. It's still got lots of new little root nubbins pushing, so I'm going to let those get a little bit longer. You can also see I put half a teaspoon of Osmocote pellets in every pot to give them a little extra fertilizer this year. We will see what the result of that is. All the other ones have been watered, and I talked yesterday with Stephen Van Camp and Lewis about when to water Catasetinae, and this one was completely shriveled yesterday. It was almost nothing left, and after one day of water, it's pumped right back up, so that's great. So I really expect these guys to take off in the next few days and really see a change in their growing. Right in front of us, we've got Hal, Bulbophyllum echinolabium, and Hal, it looks like, turns out he is working on not another growth, but another spike down here. The shape long and skinny like a spike. So I do like him to put out new growths, especially when he's been recently divided, but he wants to do what he wants to do. He kind of gets into this blooming mode, then he'll bloom for a while, and then he'll grow for a while. But you can see this leaf is turning kind of yellow, a little colored at the tip here, so I wouldn't be surprised he might shed this leaf to feed the new spikes. And that tells me I need to be watering it more frequently. Yeah, so very exciting things on the Nepenthes front. We've got new pictures on almost all my plants forming. Nepenthes stenophila here's got a nice new little picture pushing out. It's going to be nice. Over here, we've got my Nepenthes pervillae with some nice little pictures forming on that guy. Over here, Nepenthes eustacia popped open a new picture recently. I dropped one Osmocote pellet in that pitcher, and then he's working on another one over here. And then one of my Nepenthes Bongso hybrid is putting out, this looks like it's going to be a mature pitcher. It doesn't have any of those immature pitcher characteristics like the little spines on the lid. So really looking forward to seeing what its first mature pitcher looks like. And then of course my little Canabaluensis, Raja bivillosa pitchers, just pushing right along. And I experimented with these two. I put an Osmocote pellet here and another one here, just to see if it would help push them along with a little bit more nitrogen, but hopefully nothing that would burn them. Clowesia Rebecca Northern here, still looking very crispy, but now that its medium is moist, I'm hoping that it will suck that up into its old bulbs and really get going here. Some nice new growth in the Cattleyas. My Cattleya Rex back here with its sheaths fully extended out, and now we're just waiting for buds to push. This is a Cattleya labiata Sherwood Forest by Pyrola rubra. You can see what lovely color in the leaves, and hopefully we see some really nice color in the flowers when that plant decides to bloom. We've got Cattleya hardiana here with a nice new growth, and that one looks like it's going to be just about the size of the most recent one, so we'll probably get another growth on that this summer. Probably not any blooms this year on this, maybe next year. Cattleya dowiana rosita, really pushing out a nice chunky big new growth here. And my Mossiae that I decided to keep also putting out a huge new growth. I expect to see a sheath in that, and maybe we'll get blooms in the spring of next year. Cattleya trianae cashens, we've been watching this for several weeks, and you can see that the growths are pushing. And I put some medium in the outer pot there to give the roots somewhere to go. And really hoping we're going to see some sheaths on these 4 new growths that are pushing on that. Cattleya Rex Mayu back here. The growths are coming out kind of funky. You can see that the top parts of the leaves are splitting out of the sheaths really early. Honestly, they're if you look at how Cashin's is extending out here, no breakage of the sheath, and then you look at these guys, how they've split out of their sheaths really early. Something's not quite right with this plant, but anyway, whatever. Maybe we'll get some flowers on it. Looks like we've got a new growth pushing down here on my Cattleya maxima cerulean, right there. And that's nice. This is all I've got left of that big plant. I sold a big chunk of it and threw a big chunk of it away because it had some issues. Actually, I'm looking right now and it's got these brown marks on the leaves. Well, maybe it'll be alright. I'm not going to fool with it right now. And then we got some exciting stuff happening with my Dowiana Excelente. It's got some color there in that leaf. That's really nice. And here is its sibling, and it's got new growth push in there. Got several other. Oh, this is a Genmanii alba. Little compote that's kind of coming into its own, growing larger. And then this is Triumphant by Dowiana. Cattleya King George. The really nice big fat new growth, and it just got repotted as well into a larger space. So that's great. Lots of fun stuff happening. Haven't showed you the Diania ophrydis this year, but here she is. Purple cattail orchid. Kind of interesting. Unusual terrestrial plant. I wanted to sell. I sold 2 other ones that I had, and I wanted to sell this one too, but it was too big to fit in the box. So I'm stuck with it another year, unless somebody else wants to buy it. I don't know how I would ship it right now. My rescue Phalaenopsis, this is Surf Song I rescued a few months ago. I cut the top off and gave the top back to the owner. I was plant sitting it, and then I kept the bottom. You can see I've got 2 little offsets that have come, and they're coming right along. And this was a plant that I gave my mom a couple years ago, and she had some luck with it for a while, but then I repotted it into bark, and it got a little bit too dry, so I brought it back, and this thing is spiking, and it's got another spike here, and it's got 2 like basal shoots popping off here, and it's just kind of, this thing was bred to grow and bloom like a beast. So that's what we're going to see on this one. And yeah, that's pretty much just a quick tour of what's going on right now. Really excited that and it sounds like next week I'm finally going to be shipping off the last few plants that I've sold. So this division of Hal, and then this Mormodia Jumbo World, and then this Silvio's Emerald. All 3 of these have been sold and will be shipped off to their new home next week, hopefully. So I will have teeny tiny bit more space in here, and that always makes me happy. I'm thinking of rearranging a little bit and putting all the Catasetinae types in the same area. Maybe put all the bulbos together, move all the Cattleyas kind of over here. We'll see. I like to have things grouped in a way that makes sense, but of course paramount to that is that the plant is in a place where it's going to grow the best. All right, well, I hope everything's growing well for you. Stay tuned for the conversation between me and Steven. We're going to publish that shortly, about when to water your catasetums for the first time. Have a great week. I'm William Green. These are my green pets, and we'll see you next time. Bye.